Writing this book, it was really important that I shared some of my own experiences. I start the book talking about what got me into psychology. The experience when I was 15 of my grandmother being murdered. She was beaten to death, and it was horrific and brutal, but it was a defining moment for me. And I start the book talking about that, sort of sharing the fact that we all have challenges, we all have moments where our mental health is really challenged, and I was 15 and in some ways no different to the people I went on to treat. The Skeleton Cupboard is narrative, it's stories. Each chapter is built around a case when I was training, and because it's written about me as a trainee clinical psychologist, it's full of my anxiety, my naivety, and sometimes my arrogance. In The Skeleton Cupboard, there's a range of stories. There's a little girl who the chapter opens with us taking her down from hanging herself, to an elderly man who was in the concentration camps who slides into dementia, goes back into his long-term memory, goes back into that experience. There's no clear line between sanity and insanity. There's a spectrum and we all go up and down. And it's about kind of sharing that experience, understanding it collectively, and destigmatizing the whole issue of mental illness, really, for me. The purpose of The Skeleton Cupboard is to kind of show what clinical psychologists do, to sort of show that clinical psychology and psychological therapy enables the journey from chaos into clarity. By setting it in my sort of 3 years of training, I'm also showing my own journey from chaos into clarity.